One word to describe this bag, if you hear nothing else: impressive. Hey everybody, it has been a little while. If you're brand new to my channel, I want to welcome you. My name is Antonio and I am so excited to have you here on Gladiator Disc Golf. I took a break from making like weekly content tutorials and that kind of thing, but I started a podcast called Teach Play Disc Golf, which is available on Apple, Spotify, and here on YouTube if you want to check it out. And also the reason why I took a break from all of that, not just starting a podcast, but I just personally needed a break. I've been running this channel for over 4 years now, and I was just feeling really tired and just needed some time to work on other projects, but I am super excited to be back. Now, we're coming back with a bang here on Gladiator Disc Golf. We have never done a bag review. I've carried a couple different bags in the time that I've run this channel, and I've never talked about really like the bag I'm using, but I am so excited for this first one. Several months ago, I was growing in my frustration with my Legend bag from Squatch Disc Golf. As you can tell, I'm holding it up, and it is it's a pretty big bag. And you know, when I initially joined the Squatch team, I was carrying way more discs than I am now. So I loved how big the Legend was. I loved all the space that it had. But over time, I have actually trimmed down my bag. Really, long story short, I only need about 10 to 14 discs. Like seriously, that I feel like going to 14, 15, 16, I feel like I'm really trying to add discs to the bag. So the Legend was just way too big for what I was really wanting. And so I talked with Squatch and asked if they had any plans for something smaller than the Legend and the Link. So about 2 weeks ago, I received my Laura Disc Golf bag, and I've used it for several rounds in several different conditions and tested it out in numerous ways. And so I'll just say one word to describe this bag, if you hear nothing else: impressive. By far, one of the biggest features that I noticed and immediately loved were the adjustable straps that stay in place. You know, one of the things that I did multiple times while carrying the Legend and other bags in my past is stepping on the strap as I go to pick it up. It's super annoying. It's really unfortunate because then as you're wearing it, you got to do all these adjustments and everything. But with the Lure bag, you have these little Velcro pieces here that you basically roll up the excess strap, and the Velcro ties it and holds it in place. And when you keep it right under the buckle, you end up not having to worry about stepping on it or it losing its desired length. It really holds it into place. You know, one thing with the Legend is that you had a much bigger, bulkier side pocket. It stuck out, and there was nothing you could do about it. You had the tall side zipper here, and then you had this pocket over here. Couldn't do anything about that really. Well, they redesigned the side pockets here on the Lure to where you still have the big zipper, but you also now have this sort of, it feels collapsible and you don't have to use it, but basically it just is built into the side. Really like that redesign for this specific bag because it keeps it more narrow and more along your back and not too far off the sides. One of the things that actually confused me at first, if I'm being completely honest, is that this center fold pocket on the Legend is big enough to fit a disc. Here, can't really fit a full disc. If I take one of these putters, I can't go ahead and put that disc in this front flap. It's really only designed to fit a mini. So you can easily fit a mini in this pocket, and it fits super comfortably once you have all the other discs in there. And now there's an easy spot to grab your mini when you are ready for it. So I actually like that way more. That is something that initially I was a little confused about. But once I realized it was for the mini, I was like, oh, I really like that because now it's easy to access the Mini. I don't have to hold it in my pocket or anything, and I like the aesthetics of it as well. I think it looks pretty cool, so I like that. One of the things that this bag still has is the water pouch up here. But the thing about the Lure is that obviously it is smaller than the Legend. And so the water pouch is only for 1 liter, so smaller than the 2 liters that we have in the Legend as well. One thing that I did find to be a little disappointing about the Lure, and I'm getting used to it, but there's no outer phone pocket. You know, one of the things that I loved about my Legend is this pocket right here. This magnetic pocket that easily holds your phone on the outside. And I just haven't seen that here. Maybe I haven't figured out the best way. I don't really want to put my phone where the Mini goes in case it falls out. So right now I just kind of keep it in the top pocket up here with my putters. All of these features, they're really cool. How does it actually affect your experience on the course though? So I took this bag out for a couple rounds with some friends, and I found that it held everything I needed. Now the bag was well balanced. I found the perfect length. It takes a little trial and error. Like you can stand around in your home and like test the straps out, but you really got to get to the course, have some weight in the bag and walk a couple holes with it to really find what works for the straps and what you prefer for the length and everything. But once I found my preferred length, those straps have not moved in several rounds, which is great because I don't want to keep messing with them. And so it's awesome that they are staying in place. The most impressive thing to me about this bag is that I was able to take my dogs to the course with me, which meant bringing leashes, bringing an extra water bottle for the dogs, bringing anything else that I would deem necessary. I mean, poop bags. One of them likes to eat sticks and grass all the time when we're at the course, so we have a muzzle for him to limit how much he eats of that stuff. And I was able to carry all of those things, and it basically felt weightless. Like I didn't feel like I was carrying any extra equipment, even though I had everything I needed for the dogs: a water bowl, the water, their leashes, this, that, and the other thing. And it held it all without a hitch. It was super comfortable. I didn't even have to use the second side pocket to fit everything. So I was a little nervous how it was gonna work out, but I was really impressed with it. So all that to say, the Lure fits my needs much better. I really like it. This orange color is so dope. I love it. It is awesome. I have quite a few orange and pinkish discs in the bag. I have a little bit of color, some teal and blue here, but it's just sort of happened that way with the color coordination. That wasn't necessarily on purpose, but I really enjoyed the color. I really like the size of the bag. But I want to know, what are some questions you have? Comment down below and I will answer them for you. And if you are ready to buy a Lure, or maybe this video convinced you that the Lure is too small for what you're looking for and you actually want a Legend, use code GLADIATOR at checkout to save on shipping. And every time you use the code, I actually get a little kickback and you support me and this channel. So if you do that, I appreciate it so much. That's all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, learned something new, and are interested in checking out the Lure or the Legend. Until next time, everybody, have a great round.